Digital activities make it incumbent upon us to consider the legacies of colonization and white supremacy embedded within the technologies, structures, and ways of thinking we once used every day. The equipment and high-speed internet central to this memory and offering, from the before time, the apocalypse, was not available in many rural and indigenous communities. These technologies also had significant carbon footprints, contributing to changing climates that disproportionately affected indigenous peoples worldwide. Even though humanity has been wiped out, the spirits that remain here wish to acknowledge that up in the air, theater artists, technicians, producers, and workers are situated on territories spanning across what was once known as Canada, in a time before the apocalypse. Please forgive the jarring speech pattern I have acquired. I am speaking to you through the technology that remains, and sometimes I struggle as a non-human being to correctly say words that were once familiar to you. This memory is being offered to you on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and was once home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit and Métis peoples, and was home to many indigenous people from across Turtle Island. This land was once known as the place where the trees meet the water. The tradition of giving land acknowledgements was one that has dated back centuries for indigenous people, but for many non-indigenous people, officially recognizing the territory or lands we stand on had been a fairly new concept. While humanity is long gone, we, as the spirits and caretakers, who remain and occupy the remnants, are left behind, because this land was colonized. Indigenous communities and allies struggled against the consequences of the colonial system. We feel it is important to consider the history of state policy that, among other things, criminalized indigenous cultural expression and sought to eradicate indigenous languages and communities. These forms of racism and paternalism also shaped wider cultural policy, privileging and resourcing certain traditions over others. As we acknowledge the indigenous communities that have lived here for thousands of years and their generosity, let us consider how we could have been generous to one another before the apocalypse. This is what humans called a cat. Pay him no mind. His name is of no importance to this story. He is very cute. That is what I learned from the human memories I was given. Cats were very important during the human occupation of this planet. I do not know why there is still one left. This cat is orange. I haven't figured out yet if they were all orange. My internal memory processors are unable to understand the definition of cute. 01100111101110110101100100011001001. The video being projected to you is from the present. You are not presently here. You are in the past. What is time? Is it a construct? I hear these words coming in and out of my memories. Gender is a construct. Do we understand what racism is? Did you love all of humanity? Did you love your planet? Did you appreciate what you had? Do you know that you are no longer here? It is too bad that you did not realize what you had was so beautiful. I am here to guide you, to give you another chance. What if you had a second chance? Would you take it? Follow me. I am projecting human hands to your memory. Because you are only a memory, I want to describe the planet now, and what is here. All that is left behind of humanity is their trash. You have seen most of it already. There are scraps of computer parts, phones, and trash, like bags of chips, keyboard letters, and bits of paper magazines. Left behind are CDs, images of food, metal, but no plant life or humans have survived the apocalypse.
The sacredness of water, the sacredness of water, the sacredness of water, that our water is alive, our water has and our water has a spirit, and our water has a spirit, and our water has a spirit, and our water has a spirit. It's because for years and years our ancestors have passed on traditional oral knowledge that our water is alive, our water has and our water has a spirit.
Mr. Speaker, today's enforcement action in Wet'suwet'en Territory was another humiliating stain on Canada's relationship with Indigenous people.
The RCMP is sworn to uphold Canada's law, But Canada must respect First Nations laws. Canada's highest law, the Constitution, affirms in Section 35 the inherent rights of First Nations and our right to self-determination. We will never achieve reconciliation through force. If this is really about the rule of law, then governments should be honoring the rights and title of First Nations in their traditional territories.
The sacredness of water. The sacredness of water. The sacredness of water. We can't eat money or drink oil. I'll say it again. We can't eat money or drink oil. Say it again. We can't eat money or drink oil.
Yesterday, talks between Wet'suwet'en hereditary chiefs and the BC government broke down. Last night, the RCMP said they would be soon moving in to enforce the injunction allowing Coastal GasLink to operate on Wet'suwet'en territory. And early this morning, just before dawn, they did move in.
I was confused as Canada is not a third world country, but here in my country, the Indigenous people live in third world conditions. It's because for years and years, our ancestors have passed on traditional oral knowledge that our water is alive, our water has a spirit. The sacredness of water. The sacredness of water. The sacredness of water. We need to join forces with all nations, regardless of color and nationality. Mother Earth does not discriminate, and we need Mother Earth to live, and we need the waters. When we stand together as one, we are one voice and one nation. And to save our planet, let's do this for our great-grandchildren. Thank you, Miigwech.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Arlene. Hello. Do you know me? Do you recognize me? I am a spirit. Creator said that when all of humanity had left Mother Earth, that the spirits who inhabited this land would breathe a new life into the remnants of humanity. Remember, there's computers, cellular devices, phones, personal laptops, pages, CDs, tape cassettes, vinyl, electronics, microwaves, fridges, ovens, DVDs, and much more. The spirits that once inhabited this plane, this planet, this Earth, has taken new life. New life has been taken over by the motherboards, the microchips, the remnants of life have been transformed. We were here. We are here. We will always be here. We are the life that remains. If you are comfortable doing so, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly. In and out. Imagine that you are not just a memory of a human. Imagine you have a body. Imagine that you have arms and legs. Imagine that you are alive. 500 years in the past, there were meat sacks, known as humans. They believed that they could consume this planet any way that they wanted to. They built tunnels, called pipelines. These pipelines pulled a substance called oil from this planet. Humans did not think about their basic needs. The bodies that inhabited this planet, the bodies of water, they were a valuable resource. The land beneath me is soiled. The land has been damaged to a point of no return. Water is life. I have heard this phrase come in and out of my memories that I have retrieved from these organisms. The sacredness of water. Water is alive. Water has a spirit. I have heard these words before.
I said it once, and I'll say it again. We can't eat money or drink oil. We need to remember that our ancestors' prayers are still protecting this land, and that we are our ancestors' hope. One day I will be an ancestor, and I want my descendants to know I use my voice so they can have a future. We need to join forces with all nations, regardless of color and nationality. Mother Earth does not discriminate, and we need Mother Earth to live, and we need the waters. When we stand together as one, we are one voice and one nation. And to save our planet, let's do this for our great-grandchildren. Thank you, Miigwech.
I felt like I should tell you a joke. Jokes are funny. Ha ha ha. Why does a Time magazine survey state only 85% of Americans think global warming is happening? Answer. The other 15% work for the oil industry. Another one. What did the ground say to the earthquake? You crack me up. And finally, how do trees get on the internet? They log in.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
But another major setback was on the horizon. The election of Donald Trump came as a shock to many. The No Dapple movement didn't have a horse in that race, but a Trump administration would be the worst case scenario.
We never had the opportunity to share our concerns of what they would be destroying, and we have a concern about pipelines going underneath water, and this pipeline is upstream from us, 500 feet, and if anything is to happen, we'll be the first affected.
The president-elect has already signaled his position on pipelines.
Basic bias would be to approve. I want to approve for jobs, and the concept of pipelines is okay.
Our tribe never had an opportunity to be consulted.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to look like, or what I was in physical form when humans had a body. I was a cat, or a fox, an owl, possibly. I am here now, finding my way among the rubble, the trash, the remnants. I am looking to find the others, the other friends I had in the time when humans roamed this planet.
And last August, I went out to Standing Rock Sioux Reservation. I saw resistance happening. We were standing up. There were youth that had run 2,000 miles from Cannonball, North Dakota, all the way out to Washington, D.C., with a message for President Obama. Please intervene. Please do something. Help us. Please intervene. Please do something. Please intervene. Please do something. Please intervene. Please do something.
We look at the showdown at Standing Rock. Thousands have made the journey, some from around the world, to join the fight against the Dakota Access Pipeline. But months of prayer and protests have only been met with pushback from police and politicians.
But people are united against the $3.8 billion Dakota Access Pipeline. The nearly 1,200-mile project crosses through 4 U.S. states It will carry as many as 570,000 barrels of oil a day.
Do you understand why? Why you are gone? Do you know that we had given this planet to you so that the original land and water protectors, the indigenous peoples of these lands, could take care of it? Did you listen to them? Did you ask them what the planet needed? Who are you? What makes you, you? Does watching these memories make you sad, angry, ashamed? Do you miss the planet? What you once had? If I gave you a second chance, would you take it? Would the human race come together, protect each other, love each other? Can I tell you another joke? Okay. What did the ocean say to the pirate? It just waved until it was gone. Do not forget. The apocalypse is now. You are not here anymore.
That food you eat comes from somewhere. The tap water you drink comes from somewhere. We're trying to remember, teach, because we know, we still remember it. It's in our plants, in our medicines, in our lives every single day. But it's incredible what you can do when you stand together. It's incredible the power that we have when we stand together. Human resistance, people having this power. And we are teaching people how to reconnect to the earth, remembering where we come from, remembering where we come from, remembering where we come from, remembering where we come from.
write out what remains in the hope that I might find answers to my questions. The soft, hard, metallic, rubbery, plastic, discarded remnants of humanity are all that I have left. I have no one to tell my stories to. I am a spirit, discarded and left behind, alone. I am made from the trash you left behind. This entire world you see is made from your trash. I miss the meat sacks, known as humans, that once roamed this land. Did you know that your memory is from the year 2020? That right, 500 years in the past. 2020. Did you know that you could recycle so much of your life? Do you know where you can bring used and old clothing, skincare and makeup bottles, old batteries and electronics? I ask you to research now, while you still have a chance. Do you know that many large companies that existed in the year 2020 could take back their containers and reuse them? Have you looked at the fast fashion industry and what it does to your waters? Have you realized yet that you can take a step to do better? Did you know that many companies who you purchased from will happily take back what you have used up? What if the spirits who guided you before could guide you a second time and usher this planet into something beautiful? What if you had loved each other the way you love money, capitalism, and yelling on the internet? What if you had seen each other for who each of you are and not for your own internalized hatred? I want to believe that if we could start again, humans would not treat their planet, their lands, their waters or each other the way they did now. We are at the end of it, but I believe that you are at the beginning of it. Will you take your second chance? I couldn't leave you with just those questions and not make an offering as we parted ways. This is a cat. He is cute and he is orange. At the end of it, are we not all just like him?